gentlemen, for this review, we're going to go over the Masters of the Universe Cross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wave 2. A while back, I did a review of just Beastman, so I'm not going to have any packaging to show off for Beastman. I've pretty much done a review of this guy already, but I finally have the rest of the figures in this wave. And we do have some extra stuff to talk about uh, besides Beastman. So let's go over the packaging first. So I do have some things to talk about besides Beastman. So let's go over the packaging first. So nothing too much to speak of for the general packaging. The front is, and I guess technically the back is going to be practically identical for all the figures. So in this wave, we got Beastman, Shredder, Raphael, and Ram Man. There is a variant with Ram Man where there is a solid plastic version. I'm gonna say solid, but it's still kind of translucent. It's just dark. It's not as clear. And there's a version where the purple plastic is much clearer. We'll get him out the package and show him off a little bit more, but there is a difference between the two. So starting with Ram Man, go around the back, and he's got this nice portrait. We can see a deluxe figure back here, and it does show the figures that come in this particular wave. For Raphael, he is fighting Slacker. So nice artwork here. It does show us that he can take his helmet off, which is interesting. You can tell there have been some changes moving forward with the turtles. We'll get into that later also, but technically this is the first turtle that has a themed helmet that is removable in this series. And then last we have Shredder, and he is fighting Splinter. And Splinter's got the King Grayskull sort of motif going on. And then we get a short portrait of the figure here also. Okay, so that is the packaging. Let's take the figures out and go over them next. Okay, so here they are out of the package. One thing is that with each wave, you get a comic, and each figure in the wave has that same comic. I do think that's a little, I don't know. You know, if you're collecting all these and you end up with 4 identical comics, um, it is a little weird. Um, you know, I'm not sure what the idea behind including the exact same comic with each figure is. They Mattel's been doing that for the whole entire modern Motu line. Um, I think it's a little weird. They should include unique comics, but whatever. That's the only gripe I've got about these in general. Almost called him Skeletor. Shredder comes with a bowcaster gun, and this is pretty much Hordak's weapon. Um, it has a gimmick where you connect this piece, and then you can like press down and make it go forward. It's okay. It's kind of a weird gimmick because there's no projectile to work with this, but that's okay. So he has this harness and cape, and it's basically one piece. Although you can tell that this blue piece and this purple piece is separate, and they are somehow, I don't know if it's glued together or sonically welded together, but they're technically two pieces, and you can't remove them. They're sealed in some way. But if you want to, you can take this off and have him without the cape and the harness. His head, there's no removable mask, so this is all one piece. The shoulder and the forearm pieces and the leg pieces are removable, so that's cool. Lots of cool elements there. His armor's got the Foot Clan symbol on it, and if you didn't know, this whole line is just like the other Motu figures, where you can pop the limbs off. So if you want to interchange them, you can do that. Um, it's all part of like the plate gimmick, which I think mostly helps adhere to what they did with the WWE figures. So you can do all kinds of weird mixing and matching with them. So next we've got Raphael, and just like the instructions said, you can remove his helmet, and it comes off pretty easily. And with Raphael having the red bandana, he's also kind of like the Mirage turtle in a way. So if you wanted to buy four of these guys and make them some kind of weird Mirage turtle crossover, you could. His motif is Ram Man. So here's two counterparts. He's got a fisted gauntlet type thing with something that resembles his size. And then he has a sword that is basically just a giant version of his size, which is pretty neat. The armor, sorry, is removable. The shell is removable. It can become a shield. It's a bit difficult to get into his hand, but it will get into his hand. Very weird, but technically he does have a inner shell also, just kind of this flat, streamlined shell underneath it. And if you want to, you can put that Sai sword in the back, and you have that. So that is Raphael. Big thing on like playability with these. They they're definitely trying to sell these to collectors and kids at the same time. So, all right. Then we have the two Rammans. The weapons are identical. I would say the figure, for the most part, is identical as far as like the paint apps, the paint, the accessories. The only thing that's really different is how translucent the plastic is. One is more opaque and one is more clear. And we'll take a look at He-Man with them. And I would say He-Man is probably closer to the more opaque version of Ram Man. There's still some translucentness to it, but he is not clear looking. You can't see like light shining through him. Where this variant, you definitely can. So I guess the question is like which one is the official one and which one is the running change? I think this is probably the official. This is um maybe this came first and they realized they screwed up and they corrected it with this. But I really like the clear version a lot better. Just has more presence in my opinion. So the skirt is a separate piece. This armor can come off. There are little tabs on the side. And it's just a naked chest underneath. The head is one piece. This nothing comes off here. So yeah, this top is all just one um rubbery piece. He does have a place for his weapons, kind of, sort of. um, this guy will go in here pretty easily. This one, because the handle's so thick, it doesn't really want to go in. And doesn't want to go in his hands either. Um, Give me a moment. Okay. So because the axe has a butt at the bottom, you're going to want to use this hand because it is open and you're just going to kind of get it in sideways here. This hand is closed and just basically has a hole. So this axe is going to go into that hand a lot better. So you are kind of forced to put one weapon in one hand and one in the other. So that is Ratman. And completing the wave, he was reviewed previously, but we also have Beastman. So we are slowly building out the ranks of this line. We have a Donatello who does not have a removable helmet. And does not want to stand up. And and we have a Leo. And what is up with his? There we go. I'm just gonna force him to lean forward. And we have a Leo who doesn't have a helmet at all. So we got Mikey, and then we have a bunch of other supporting characters. So that is pretty cool. So that is wave 2. Should be fairly decent to find these now. The distribution's been a bit weird, but I've been finding them a lot at Walmart. A lot of the stuff I was finding, like Masters of the Universe in general, at Target. But Walmart seems to be the place to find them in retail and brick and mortar. Of course, there's lots of places online you can find them too. So let me know what you think in the comments. And that's the review. Thanks for watching and tune into more videos coming up.